Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. I was muted. Thank you for that. I tried to press the button at about the time when the Joker throws, you know, the money on fire. But anyway, thank you very much for that. We're a couple minutes early, and I'm excited for State of Play. We'll see how it goes. This whole week's gonna be showcases like this here and there, so nice lax week. I like those. I have to just kind of react, take things in a little bit, a little less of the grind, so to speak. A little beat in the beginning ain't too bad. Might be a couple minutes early. I'm hoping that Sony pulls something out, because they're gonna need something. I've a sneaking suspicion we might see a lot of PC ports or remasters, because that just prints money for them, really. Every time that they've done that, it's just printed money, so I think they're gonna do more of that. Chat's a burning. How many people we got? We got 270,000 people here right now. All right, we're here for it. We might get some Silk Song. Well, no, probably Nintendo. We're gonna get Silk Song information. I bet she is. She recovering well? Everything went well, I presume? How much rest is needed? Just to get over the anesthesia, too. Bet. She's good? Good. That's all I like to hear. Job. That's the way. A lot of people spamming Resident Evil 9. Concord 2 and 4. We'll talk about. I think we might get some Resident Evil 9 info. I think that's possible. Spider-Man 3, that's possible. I see in the chat popping there. Oh, someone was here. You were here. Yay. Marvel stuff, probably. Shakiro 2? Nah, probably not. Why people are putting Silk Song in there. That's not going to be there. Red Dead Redemption 3. Yeah, I don't know about that. I saw some Spyro 4 up in there. I don't know about that either. Alright, here we go. It's happening. We're in. No more of that weird chat. We're here for it. Okay. Bring this shit up just a little bit. Okay. That looks like Stray. There's gonna be some copyrighted music, so most of this will get muted in my YouTube VOD. Woo! I thought Nintendo had the rights to just dance, but maybe. Oh boy. Love is making waves. Emotion running through our veins. Heartbeat. Love is making waves. I'm facing my fears, not backing away. All right. I'm facing my fears, not backing away. We're touching skin to skin. The bodies that we're in. We're feeling everything. We're only human. How about Guitar Hero meets Candy Crush? How about that? That's where we're at. Emotion running through our veins. All right. Yeah, sure. Love is making waves. PlayStation only. It's only gonna cost us a little bit of money. It's VR. Okay, that's up for the VR crowd.
Hello from Enhance. I'm Tetsuya Mizuguchi. ディレクターの石原隆です。ルミネスアライズのトレーラー楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。この秋、PlayStation 5、PSVR2 対応で発売予定です。ルミネスアライズはバラエティ豊かな曲と美しいビジュアルが没入感を高め、いつまでも遊びたくなるゲーム体験となっています。その世界はとても心地よく、プレイヤーを共感覚の世界へと導きます。
Okay.
まあよくある普通のパズルゲームってことだよね。テトリスエフェクトを一度遊んだことがある人はわかると思いますが、ルミネスアライズはただのパズルゲームではありません。夏にシングルとマルチプレイの体験版を配信予定です。
Free single and multiplayer
遊
demo.
んでみてください。Thank you and enjoy the rest of State of Play.
So that's their cold open. All right.
The future. It isn't just a dream. It's a promise. One we're turning into reality. With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between dreams and reality.
Is this Marathon?
We create life.
That looked like Marathon art for a moment.
Our future. Delphi Corporation.
Delphi?
Let's see about getting passed through to Earth.
Yeah, I think this is Marathon. I think.
There you are.
Oh no, it's this game! They showed this the last time, and it got like delayed years. It looked really intense, this game.
I am DI03367. They are pragmatic.
Whoa, hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something? I'm good. Get behind me!
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize?
This is last time they was just a trailer and concept art. This is actual gameplay. That's interesting.
Bypassing first
You see HUD and everything,
control protocols.
which is good.
Initiating hack.
Right.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am DI.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
It's real. 2026. Okay. Yeah, there was like 2 years ago we saw some of this, so it's been many years they've been working on that game. It looks really detailed, like Death Stranded level of like just the detail and polish of like animations and cutscenes.
Oh, hey, today is Saturday, which means curry time.
Awesome, I love curry.
Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane. What does that mean? It's okay, I'll get it.
That frame rate though.
Romeo! Romeo, stay with me. Grandpa, I'm gonna die. Romeo, listen up. You're gonna die in about 15 seconds. Seriously? Seriously, don't worry. I made this just in case. The Dead Gear Life Support System. Don't move, okay?
What the fuck?
You're already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man. No, wait, that's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man. I'm a dead man.
This game was like a little bit of everything. It's got slow-mo, hack and slash, guns, boss fights, zombies, supers, maybe a combo system. Interesting. 2026 though, so that's a year away.
2026.
Next expo, maybe we'll get more information.
That was Grandpa's voice.
That's,
Are you like
I'm assuming
a spirit?
PlayStation only.
I'm on your back. What?
Tron bike?
皆さんこんにちは。グラスホッパーマネージャーの須田剛一です。いえ。皆さんトレーラーどうでした？グラスホッパーの久々の新作、ロミオイザデッドマンです。いよいよ発表できました。
Okay.
このゲームはですね、主人公のロミオがロミオスターゲーザーという名前なんですかっこいいでしょ。時空犯罪 FBI 捜査官として。凶悪なですね、指名手配。
Oh, he track. I didn't get that from at all. He tracks down wanted criminals across space-time.
ブラッティなアクションゲームとか。
That's cool.
そして今回はですね、剣だけじゃありません。銃も使えます。ストロングスタイルのアクションゲームとして、チーム一丸となって頑張って作ってます。そしてなんで、タイトルがですね。
Yeah, why? Yeah. Okay. So you kind of, as you play, you learn the story of that. I didn't get the impression that he was going after wanted criminals, though. I'm glad he said that. Okay. I like the concept. This is like a scary game. Scary game. Silent Hill, probably vein. Maybe.
裏切り者
Oh! Huh!
誰もいないの足の悪いおばあちゃんまでいないなんてこんなの絶対に変誰もいないし気味の悪い怪物がうろつき回ってるしいやヒラコ
Okay, so this is gonna be the Silent Hill PT vibe, but this is with a different team from the PT days. That's creepy as hell, though. Oh!
ひなこどこにいるのひなこはいいよね何でも持ってるそんなあんたがいなくなってくれるんだからせいせいする
I don't know why they're calling it Silent Hill F, or like what's the subplot lore-wise, or what's going on with that. I would be curious.
裏切り者。
September 25th, 2025. That's near October. That'll probably do well. For PS5 anyway. Okay. Not actual gameplay. Well,
The castle has been sighted again. The Church's orders are absolute. These human sacrifices must be stopped.
We will track the ethereal castle, break its gates, and exterminate the creatures that dwell within. The Demon Lord himself will fall by our hand.
alright.
This mission will test the limits of your courage.
You will face horrors beyond your darkest imaginings. Beasts that defy reason. Creatures born of pure darkness.
The new Raid Shadow Legends looks pretty crazy.
Thousand Blossom!
Curry can be eaten in the game, confirmed.
With me! Cross! Reaper!
Tonight, we start our mission.
Well, this is not actual gameplay, so it's, you know, we could take the piss out of that. The Silent Hill will be kind of like probably something you get on sale, something to try, because it's not like the main franchise. And other things, the Dead Man was kind of just wild because it was just different.
Right into the palm of my hand.
No console sellers yet.
The visuals of
I played one. I've never finished two. They're different for sure.
You've somehow been sent back in time.
I've never really played the full franchise.
But the situation here is critical.
What little I played of two though was really good. One was pretty cool too.
Our ultimate mission is to uncover
But like I did like a
causality
retro.
between these anomalies.
It's probably a phase electron life form. Is that what
Is
you
this
call us,
Digimon?
I'll always be right here with you.
Who exactly are you working for? I remember you
That like
guys.
Pokemon creature looked kind of like a
You really don't know
Digimon.
anything about the digital world?
Yeah, this is Digimon.
But this is the first
I swear I recognize that cactus.
attack on this scale.
We now believe most of the anomalies we've been dealing with stem from Digimon.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
The world on this end is running out of time.
If the gate is opened with the digital world in such a state,
I can't believe Digimon's still
will
going.
most certainly be affected.
Do the Titans not care about the end of the digital world?
Stop it! That egg is very important!
The World Tree has been attacked.
It is just as the Great One, Plutomon, said.
It can't protect anyone. We must protect the world from them. For this purpose and this purpose alone were you born.
If that thing opens, then we'll be swarmed by Digimon.
Attack!
Please, everyone, lend me your strength.
Everything's riding on
To
you.
move forward into the
We
future.
must fulfill our
Hey,
mission.
cried.
Agent,
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, it's one of those like cartoons I always like as a kid I saw one or two episodes, but like I could never as a kid keep up with them in order. So I got frustrated with it and stopped like watching it. Cuz like I always wanted to see like the next episode. Like what is the Digimon involved in? Some of the cliffhangers would be like right when it's evolved and you don't get to see the transformation.
Not your wayward children,
Drive me
Dividends,
crazy.
but deliver us from our sins. that
That's
we
my
might
inner
know
childhood
salvation.
speaking.
If you feel wrong, blame yourself or the father.
Why do you
Final
fight?
Fantasy. This looks like Tactics, which is turn-based.
Must rule the weak. It is our duty.
I think Tactics is turn-based.
This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
Oh. That's Final Fantasy Tactics.
When your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass.
Classic and enhanced. Both versions are included. 9:30. So end of September. So there was some Final Fantasy Tactics news. That part of the leak was correct.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann, here to deliver news and release dates for games coming to PS5 later this year.
We hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
that
exactly,
first look at
Reaper.
Final Fantasy
Yeah.
Tactics, The Evil East Chronicles. The game will include 2 versions of the original PlayStation Classic. The enhanced version, which features improved graphics, fully voiced dialogue, refined gameplay, and much more, as well as the classic version, which brings a faithful recreation of the 1997 original to modern consoles. Final Fantasy Tactics, The
And
Evil
the
East
PS4.
Chronicles launches on PS5 and PS4 September 30th, and will be available for pre-order later today.
Okay. We knew that was coming.
This next game
That's
is
good.
something really special. When I first played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just need to.
Yeah, it's true, Ryan. Yeah, more like it's like polished,
Just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
like brushed.
Pea shy.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
In baby steps, all you have to do is carefully place one
This
foot in
is gonna
front of
be
the
a
other,
rage baiter.
which is easier said than done. Main character Nate requires some pretty deliberate movement to make even the simplest progress. It's a captivating open-world experience filled with oddball characters.
Here we go. Not dark. Oh, no. You found it even without a map. The best toilet on the mountain.
Oh, good.
Definitely check this one out when it comes to PS5.
I think it's
on
the same
September
guys that did Getting Over It. I'm pretty sure.
Hirogami is a unique action-adventure title from Bandai Namco Studios Singapore.
Okay.
In this journey to save your origami home, you'll
This is a cool
transform
concept
into
and
paper
creative.
shapes with distinct abilities.
Bandai
Including
Namco is a good
paper
name, but it's a
airplane,
Singapore division.
a
I
nimble
don't know anything
frog,
about them as devs,
a
but this
hardy
looks good.
armadillo, and a powerful ape.
Anything with paper or origami, the creativity is literally endless.
Master the art
Potential,
of folding
anyway.
when Hirogami arrives on PS5 later this summer.
A lot of September releases, it looks like, for PlayStation.
Sid, why don't you tee this next one up?
This has been the
Thanks,
fourth
Sean.
thing for September,
the Hot Shot
so.
series has been with PlayStation from the very beginning, and its latest installment, Everybody's Golf
Oh,
Hot Shots,
boy.
boasts its largest character roster ever.
Golfing.
Compete in courses from 10 different regions.
I'm assuming this is like the
around world,
PlayStation's equivalent of Wii Golf.
each with weather effects and new nighttime variants. Pre-orders begin later today. And those
Actually
who
looks
do
fun,
will get Bandai
just because you can
Namco's
play like you play as
iconic
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man as an early unlockable character.
Okay.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots drives onto PS5 September 5th.
September 5th, another September.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a challenging new entry in the long-running action franchise.
I like
From the
this
makers
game.
of the Blasphemous series, Ragebound stars dual protagonists from rival clans, forced to combine their souls and skills against a demon uprising. And longtime fans will really love the pulse-pounding soundtrack featuring guest composers from the original series.
Yeah. Cool.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound arrives July 31st on PS5 and PS4.
One of the top things so far.
From the game bakers, Cairn is a survival climbing experience where you must carefully plan your ascent up a deadly mountain.
We saw this last year, so this is definitely
Manage balance and
a little bit
stamina
more on
to
this.
discover secrets.
Hey! Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers.
I'm Marco. Nice to meet you.
And survive the harsh conditions of the climb.
Feels kind of like an artsy game. Kind of like The Journey or something. Like a little price story
You can
mixed
give it a
in.
try yourself with a demo that arrives later today.
Demo available today. I wonder how handholdy it is.
That's all from us, but there's still a lot of state of play to come.
This next reveal comes from the game preservationist at KokeClips. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play, people were excited about it.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people react to it.
We knew that we were onto something.
All right.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
Mortal Kombat collection for like the old school. So for original new titles, we don't have too many. A couple like niche, like the artsy one we saw, but so far it's been like remasters, rebrands, or not rebrands, but like building off of old IPs, like so sub kind of spin-offs and collections.
There was no template to make the games. It's a bit of the Wild West.
Every part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Flawless victory.
Like I said, collection. There's a lot of these kind of multi-collections now. They make money doing it. Wait, what? I mean, sure. That's a very niche thing, though.
We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
That guy?
Metal Gear.
This close.
The Metal Gear remake.
We've lost sight of the enemy. Find
Metal Gear 3 Snake Eater.
We're under fire. Enemy position unknown.
Loading like this? It's a revolution.
All right, Commander.
So far, they seem to be keeping to it.
Here comes another one. You won't get away from me. Time for you to taste some real pain.
What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world.
See you in hell.
I'll find you again.
That's right.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
What did they do with this crossover? Oh, 8/20/28. It's gonna be in August. Near September. That's pretty cool. That'll do well.
Spirit stones. Shining stones imbued with humankind's never-ending dreams. Since time immemorial, this power has been the impetus for human wars.
Such an ominous atmosphere, and one thick with the presence
This
of
looks
a
like Neo a little bit. I don't know if it's Neo 3 though. It just favors it with the art style.
What makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
Is this like a Neo spin-off? Because I'm pretty sure Neo was a PlayStation exclusive for a while.
To have entered the depths of hell.
Neo 3, look at that! What do you know? That Neo is pretty cool and very unique.
Tokugawa.
It's very Souls-like. Very much so. Early 2026. That's gonna be a ways down the road. I'll wait for the PC port.
こんにちは、チーム忍者の安田です。戦国死にゲーシリーズの最新作「ニオ3」をついに発表させていただきました。今作のアクションはシリーズおなじみの侍スタイルに加え、新たに忍者スタイルを追加、より多彩な戦闘を楽しめます。
Not the same main character.
ステージもオープンフィールドとなり、探索や攻略の自由度や没入感が大幅にアップしています。本日よりPlayStation 5で体験版を配信いたしますので、ぜひプレイしてご意見をいただければと思います。2026年の発売に向け、続報にもぜひご期待ください。
I hope for the franchise like that does really well, because I like Neo. Its art's a little wacky, but I like it. It's unique.
The city really is. For me, it's all I've ever known.
More VR.
My whole world.
Still doing the VR stuff. Again, I'd like to see the numbers because I pointed out a couple years ago, like, if you look at the numbers, people just are not doing VR.
To survive.
Might be. Your guess is probably right. Or Thief? Yeah. Like, how many people are actually playing VR daily compared to other games? It's like on Steam, you can see like a couple years ago, like we looked, it was like 1,000 people over like all the titles.
Waiting to be found. Waiting to be taken. But some treasures come with more trouble than others.
You know, when they do the VR, what's the choice? Only VR users you know are perverts? Yeah. What's it? VR chat is where everyone goes to role play. It's the, was it the new Golden Shire of the internet? That's a throwback of a throwback with some meta knowledge.
You got some hosting?
Market land seems a bit tense today. I heard something happened with another Tidewalker.
Also, welcome, bud.
Damn it. It's gone. Someone beat us to it.
Ever since the Great Flood, Elend, my dear planet, has been dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us.
Thank you for those numbers. I was wondering, 160,000. It's a lot. It's not a fair amount of units, but this is like a different kind of raft to me. This game.
This is our new recruit. Please help me. Get down.
Tidewalkers. Will you help us?
I don't know about that one. 2026 in February. That's a meh. It looked like just a more polished version of Raft.
Hi,
I'm
Nicholas Duce, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure to be back today to share more news with you. What the last few months it has been in
Well,
the
this
world
one game of the year, so this will be
launched
interesting.
Last September to
I'll do
such
well.
encouraging feedback, even receiving a
It's
few
funny how
others
this
we are
won
truly
game of the
grateful
year.
for. In October, we added 5 speedrun levels, followed by a Christmas special packed with festive surprises.
And I've heard
Earlier this
amazing
year,
things about it
Fishing
too.
Galaxy
Like
made
not
its
to like
appearance,
dig at it,
adding
like
yet more new
it's obviously got
challenging
a great
levels,
feel
all of
when you
which
play it.
came at no additional cost. And today,
All the
I
other
am
game
pleased to
developers
announce
must be
that
like,
later
oh
this month,
no, not more
you will be able to
Astrobot.
enjoy 5 brand new challenge levels in Astrobot, bringing the total to a whopping 90 planets. And new special bots will be there too, including Atsu from Ghost of Yotei,
Yeah, that's funny.
alongside other fans' favorites. But these
Got you
ones
crying.
are
Yeah, those are
surprise.
interesting numbers.
And
Yeah, I
finally,
just
the
don't
Astrobot
see the
DualSense
VR like
wireless
I see
controller
some of
will
it, but it
return
just seems
later
so
this year
niche.
with a slight twist. So be on the lookout for more news coming soon.
I think it's for people who got more setup, more money, stuff like that.
You gave
I mean, if you've got a room
the
you
rest
could
of the
set up
show.
for it and get the money for it, I could see, but it's not cheap enough to be like mainstream where everyone's got like got it. If that makes sense. It's kind of like a choice, I would think. Maybe, you know, either do VR or do you do a Switch 2? Do you do a PS5? Do you do a PC? This is that click adventure game, isn't it? Pirate Island, I think. Yeah. When it comes more convenient, I could see it doing a little bit better. I think AR is going to do a lot better long term than VR. The art style reminded me of that point-click adventure game, but I'm not sure what this is. It looks interesting. Yeah, I'm with you on that. The cutesy stuff is getting a little old. We need some crassness. We need some rough. We need maybe a little grit. That's the word. Grit's a good word. These games can keep doing their thing, but we need some grit. We'll see how that goes. Till they get more of a specific date and more gameplay. Journey, I guess, 2? Probably won't be. It'll be some other name. This is a very niche genre of games where you kind of walk and you get a story as you walk around. Very artsy, very niche. Interesting, just very niche. Yeah, I wanted the scoring when that trailers first came out for that game. I wanted it to be better. It was what it was. But yeah, it's something in that vein for sure. Also, make it wacky, but don't say what it is. You know, almost like kind of bait a little bit or like foreshadow so people can fill in the blank with more wonder, which makes them want to play it more. I think would be good, mixed in with some of that grit. Don't give the typical like, oh well, we know that's where that's gonna go type of situation. Make it a little off the wall.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani. That was a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure
Yes,
from the team behind
exactly.
Abzu
Yeah,
and
you're 100%
Atlas.
right about that. Yeah.
We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch
40
this
and under
summer
is
into the
going to be kind of the
PlayStation
new
Plus game
standard for
catalog.
indies, I reckon, going forward.
On June 17th, Remedy brings otherworldly action to game
Doom
catalog
clone.
with FBC Firebreak. In this cooperative FPS set in the paranatural world of Control, you and two fellow agents must confront and contain the reality-warping chaos found within the oldest house. Fun in short bursts or deep dives, FBC Firebreak launches day one into game catalog on June 17th.
That'd be with PlayStation Plus, I'm assuming, with the game catalog.
The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes several new titles this summer. The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th. In July, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted
Is this
Metal
their
4
way of
join the
competing with
service
Epic
just
with
in
like the
time
free
for the second
games?
season premiere of Twisted Metal, which arrives
I'm
July
assuming the
31st
catalog
in
is like
select
you could just
countries,
pick it up
including
for like that
Peacock in
month.
the US.
Do you keep it, or is it only available that
Additionally,
month
two of
with the
Capcom's
with
most
the
beloved games from the original PlayStation are set to join the Classics
Premium Plus Premium? I would assume so.
Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 will arrive later this
So
summer.
they're just kind of
in the
giving
Classics
re-releases of
catalog.
games in their libraries.
Additionally, Myst and Riven will arrive later this month as part of the Days of Play celebration, running now through June 11th.
Interesting.
Days of Play is a 2-week event that includes bonus PlayStation Plus content drops, great deals on software and hardware, and more. Visit PlayStation Blog and PlayStation.com for full details.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched
Right,
them
Reaper. So
fall,
like,
then
so for
found his
instance,
way
if you
off
like
that
say 1
mountain.
month you get Resident
He was
Evil
11 years
2.
old.
3 months later, if you don't have Plus, you cannot play it. But if you do, you can play it.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all
Gotcha,
in need
Reaper.
of early retirement. Nobody
Gotcha,
knows
gotcha.
what to
Thank
do
you for
with
that
him, Mom.
clarification.
No.
Yeah, that's good to know.
And I suspect he feels the same way.
Interesting. So a little different, but yeah, more like Game Pass, like Xbox Game Pass.
Insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless.
Gotcha.
He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason.
All right, so
to put
it's the
him
way
in
they're competing with
program.
Xbox Game Pass.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target.
New Bond game.
Let's give him one.
Gotcha, Reaper. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy.
I agree, Crane, yeah.
I need all
I
my
mean-
pieces on the board.
If it's 20 years old,
009 is a master.
I'm getting it off the internet.
Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
That's my. I take the soft approach of like, you know, honor system of after 20 years, it's kind of free game for me.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
James Bond was talking to his mother in the game. I mean, come on, no. No.
Tell me, what do you do, James? Lately, headhunting.
Not for this. Mystery is not knowing about his mom. Mystery is just, well, we don't know where he came from. Well, yeah, you got the code name mom, but yeah.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Do you think this will be like the Indiana Jones game where it'll be surprisingly better than people think? It might be. I'm actually like a lot of people said the Indiana Jones game was amazing.
I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of Iron Interactive.
the team is thrilled to announce 007 First Flight. You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy. Before the tuxedo and the martinis, as he first steps into the world of espionage, striving to earn his 00 status. Everyone at Iron Interactive has poured their passion and dedication into crafting an experience that honors the legacy of Bond.
Do you think in real life that
harnessing our
any spies
25
legitimately
years of
still
agent
use James
expertise.
Bond?
This is
Knowing
just the
that people
beginning
will never
of our
believe
journey
that they're
with
actually a
007.
spy because it's
And we
that
can't
would be
wait to
ridiculous
share
and
more
way
with
too
you
on the
soon.
nose. But because of that, it could be literally hiding in plain sight. I always wonder stuff like that. Like, yeah, my name's James Bond, and like you laugh, and like, you're not a spy. Nervous laughter ensues. Ghost of Tsushima 2, perhaps? Probably? Let me open it. Maybe. Some kind of samurai game.
You're still with me?
Is that so? Welcome, by the way, Clay. I don't remember this. I'll be honest. Oh! Okay. Yeah, okay. That name I remember. Thank you. Right. Part of the Ghost series, which is the... Right. Not Tsushima, but same people. Right.
自由のために戦う。さあ、お手並み拝見といこう。君のことは親友だと思っているが、
Related?
やるしかないようだな。
Or Marvel related, not Marvels. Marvel. My brain is today.
私のアーマーには勝てないぞ。
Not really. There's nothing been like super bad. I like the look of this. The Street Fighter kind of vibe.
俺様の名はスターロード。胸に刻んでおきな。
From Ghost Rider. Is this gonna be Marvel Fighter Z? Maybe. Is that so crying? Okay. I mean, it looks beautiful, the animation. I've always liked looking at these games, but man, I suck at fighter games like this. I've always said it. I got two left thumbs. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, man, I'm bad. Got an Iron Man suit there. Multi-Doom? Ghost Rider's riding a car? Okay. There you go, 2020. A lot of stuff's 2026 too. Yes, it is incredible watching people be at it. It takes, yeah, it's hard to get good at. 100%. I enjoy the watching of it, the craft of it, because I think it's very impressive. We are rewinding. Why?
プレイステーションの友人から急になんか飲みに行こうぜっていう連絡が来て、なんのこっちゃと思って、予定合わせて行ったんですけど、ちょっと飲んでる中で実はアークの方でマーベルの格闘ゲームを作ってみないかというような提案をいただきまして、いや本当に聞いた時はびっくりしましたね。で、世界的に本当に有名な IP ですし光栄だなと思いつつも、まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
I don't know if I'm just biased, but like
the inspiration for working
games that are made in
really
Japan or Japanese devs, their animations just look so beautiful to me in comparison to like some other studios. Like, I don't know what it is. They just seem
fighting genre. And
smooth.
That got us really excited.
Because I watch so much, I don't know, maybe because I watch anime, I have a favoritism, but anytime I see a game made by Japanese devs, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a good game.
First float the idea.
I'm always that giddy.
Hey, we're thinking about approaching a company like Arc System Works to make a fighting game. We'd love to partner with you to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and then just uppercutting that challenge into the strategy.
Yeah, a little bit clever. Yeah, there's definitely a hardcore work ethic in the culture for sure.
本当に作れるんだったらぜひやりたいねっていうことを言われました。話を受けてしまった以上これは私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
Yeah. I like that concept. They're committed.
I have a good grasp on their art style and how they would approach certain IPs. You come in with your kind of own expectations of, here's what I would expect to see from Arc System Works when they take on a Marvel IP. And what came up was something that went beyond that.
一番最初にマーベルさんに提出した時はなんとなくマイケルさんの反応はあんまり芳しくなかった印象があって、
Michael Son's reaction wasn't it was impressive first.
直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれというような話をいただいたことがあって。
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければ分かると思うんですけど、
like an Iron Man and Gundam had a baby. The whole Gundam thing there is kind of throwing me off a little bit. I get it. I know why. I can imagine, but
sneak fighter jet. Think luxury.
It's just very Gundam
with a brick house, and the fact that they added anime mech elements to him just felt really naturally at home.
One of the mantras that we have for this project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics and say what can we really take from Japan, the creators that are doing awesome work here, and bring that to the global platform.
And what's with the stretchy girl? I don't know who is that in Marvel. Am I unaware of her in the comics? Is she like, was she the kid of Mr. Fantastic?
When Arc looks at these Marvel characters, it's not simply just the visuals.
I don't get the stretchy girl.
Mechanics and adding in that what is
the stretchy girl's Miss Marvel?
Different. Up until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2, 3v3. We felt like we just had to go 4v4.
I didn't know she could stretch.
And in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think players are going to be very excited to see.
My lack of comic knowledge is showing.
4キャラクター練習しないと勝てないんじゃないのとか安心してください。
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system that adapts to your playstyle. So you can either duke it out as just the leader and 3 assists, or you can tag in your assists to swap the leader and change the matchup.
Yeah, I don't think I have, no.
I don't think a lot of people thought this day would be here, would come. This has just been an awesome journey, and I'm excited that we get to be able to share it with all the fans out there.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of fighting games, they never get
I
to
feel bad for
experience
DC at this point because like didn't like the DC universe just close down
with these two
and like
great partners.
Marvel's out here leasing out Marvel IP and making a banger game. Gotcha, Reaper. Okay.
The three companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
Marvel
just really just beat out DC all in all.
発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
And it'll come to PC, so that game will do well if it's on PC.
You're still with me?
Oh, there was a Silent Hill thing, by the way, Clay, but it was the Silent Hill F, which we already knew about.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
A Digimon. That's Silent Hill F right there. Yeah. More of that one game that they delayed a really long time ago with the little, like, oh, we got the tactics info. Yeah, D-Clay, yes. Yes, exactly. Oh, Neo 3 we got. Everything is either this upcoming September or in 2026, though. Like, for most things. A lot of stuff in 2026. And a lot of stuff dropping in September. Yeah, there you go. They touched on the Metal Gear stuff for a very, very little bit of time. Is that it? Is it over? That was it? Oh my god, the chat is already screaming L. State of Concord! That should have been my stream title. Oh no! Oh no! There's 600,000 people watching this. Yes. Yeah, that'd be correct, Clay. Yeah. September. Everything was, yep, that's it. It's over. Oh my god, that's all it was. Yeah, we'll go to that real quick. Let's go to the Silent Hill thing. Because we might as well. So, okay, this is how they opened, by the way, which was a Candy Crush game. I should have that plugin, Crane. You're right about that. Look at everyone freaking out in this chat. Oh, that's not a good sentiment. That's not a good sentiment at all. State of Concord. What a thing to say. Whoever said that is this is how it started, though. Just to give everyone context. Yeah, they tend to be. Unfortunately, it's the wisdom of the crowd. Yeah. Like, there was nothing that was like the best thing to me was Neo 3, but that's a neat, like, people. I mean, this is how they opened. Oh my god, they have this much attention and they just give it an hour and walk away. Look how many eyeballs you had. You could have sold so much stuff. This is how they started, by the way. Yeah, that's right, Reaper. Yeah. But those are remakes. You can't go. Remakes are old games, so they're gonna sell. Correct, Clay. So like, I mean, remakes are like not even fair game, I would say. They're their own thing. Okay, let's go to the. So there was this game, which we saw last year, by the way. Or not, sorry, not last year, 2 years ago, excuse me. 2 years ago. They gave more info on this. This game intrigues me. It's kind of like a niche thing. It just seems interesting. It's got like this weird kind of vibe to it.
Hang on a second.
But
don't you have a name or
in 2024, or 2023, they put a trailer for this. Like it was just a cutscene.
Get behind
But then it got delayed.
I think I can help.
Yeah, this is weird, but interesting.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
And they actually showed some gameplay with it. So we actually got a little bit more information. Pretty much, Clay. Yeah, it's protect the Android child. Then there was this game, which started out really weird, for the record. Like, this was weird.
Awesome, I love curry. Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane.
Hey, Mighty Jack. The state of play is already over. We're just rehashing.
Romeo! Romeo!
You're right, Mold 2. It wasn't even an hour.
Romeo, listen up. You're gonna die in about 15
So this is weird,
seconds.
by the way.
Seriously? Seriously, don't worry. I made this.
This has
in
nothing to
case.
do with what the
10
game's gonna be
life
about
support
either.
system.
It's
Don't
just
move,
weird.
Okay? You're already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man. No, wait, that's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man.
Okay. So when you guys looked at this game, what's your impressions that you think it's about? Because something I noticed when I was watching this, when it first was showed in the showcase, was at the end, he tells you what the game is about. It looks interesting. Wait till you know what the plot of it is, which it does not clear until he tells you. But the plot is interesting. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. It's like way out there. Any ideas what this game could, like, what's the driving force in this game? Anyone? Besides, you know, just hack and slash?
Romeo.
So it'll be subtitled, but one of the devs or the maker comes up and talks about it. He says you're a like space bounty hunter. Yes, Claybird. You are like, you go out getting villains, and that's not like through like this through time as well, like space and time. Like you're going around looking for bad guys, like a bounty hunter.
Is a dead man coming 2026.
Maybe.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice. Are you like a spirit? I'm on your back. What?
You get a Tron bite.
皆さんこんにちは。
Read。
グラスホッパーの役者の須田剛一です。いえ。皆さんトレーラーどうでした？グラスホッパーの久々の新作、ロミオ・イザ・デッドマンです。いよいよ発表できました。このゲームはですね、主人公のロミオが、ロミオ・スターゲイザーかっこいいでしょ。時空犯罪 FBI 捜査官として、凶悪なです。
There you go. As an FBI investigator, he tracks down wanted criminals across space-time and defeats them. I didn't get that impression from the gameplay, but that's an interesting idea. And as wacky as that looked, that seems interesting.
ですね、指名手配犯をさまざまな時空に飛んで倒していく、そんなブラッディなアクションゲームとなっています。
Gotcha, Clay. That's what Crying's just saying there. See, I don't know anything about Lollipop Chainsaw besides like what it is. I've never played it,
チーム一丸となって頑張って作ってます。
but I know what Lollipop
タ
Chainsaw
イトル
is.
がですね、ロミオなのにデッドマンなのか、それは
They did a remake of that recently
皆さん
too.
続報をお待ちください。プレイステーション30周年過ぎちゃいましたけどおめでとうございます。それでは続き、ステートオブプレイを
So that was the concept of that game. So we checked on this. We knew this one from years ago, so that's still coming along. This, and then here we got Silent Hill.
見てください。
We'll watch the Silent Hill. I don't know what the Silent Hill F is about. Is it like a sub thing?
サクコ、どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。今は誰かと喋りたくて。私も後から行くね。
I'm for that, Clay. I can appreciate a studio that's honest about that. We don't care about plot. We just want fun. Hell yeah, just go for it. They need to make PT. They need to do that. They need to go back to whatever PT was. I'm telling you, whatever that was, they need to. It would be the greatest horror game ever made. That much for female problem? I don't know, maybe. I mean, no matter what, scary games tend to be really a mindfuck when they come out of Japan. They always are. They're very mentally, like, off the wall. I love it. Yeah, I get you for that, Molten, absolutely. I know, Claybird, I should finish Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I know. I gotta finish Metal Gear 2 since the 3's remake's coming as well. Yeah. Siren Blood Curse? Gotcha. Very heavy on the dolls. Yeah, no, it looked scary. I mean, anything Silent Hill has, like, there's a minimum bar. It's gotta be. Otherwise, you can't call it Silent Hill. Traitor. Traitor. So, that was that. So, we did the crappy game. Don't care about any of that. We did that. That weird dead game, which would probably be good. Silent Hill. What else was there? That was a weird Metrovania. That was a mad game. We don't even need to rehash that. There was the Digimon.
On you, Agent.
And then Digimon. Then we had the Tactics remake, which we already knew.
Fall upon your crown. This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
That's cool, Molten. Yeah, I beat 1, but I never beat 2.
You remember when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of
This will probably do really good, the Tactics. Once it pops on the PC. And then, of course, you get both. But, like, the enhanced version, like, Cryan was saying, like... So this is, like, the pixelated, you know, 8-bit kind of style. But then this is... It's almost more brushed. Like, big time. Not just HD, but, like, kind of brushed. Like, almost poly? Almost. Interesting. What else did they show that was kind of interesting? What was this? Oh, that was the weird... This is the same people I think made Getting Over It with the weird walking, kind of a goofy game. Some golfing they covered, which is something. They did an Ultimate Mortal Kombat collection, so like another big retro collection. This is the Metal Gear remake. We'll kind of glint on a little bit of this. Oh, they had a new controller if you wanted. To kind of get the arcade feel. Good, not bad, just kind of niche.
Control here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
That guy? No, he's close. Where did he go?
Gotcha, Claybird. Okay, that's interesting that they flipped the script.
We're under fire.
Okay.
Enemy position unknown.
Gotcha. So that's why it could kind of happen anywhere now.
Like this.
It's almost like a mental purgatory of nightmares.
Baby.
I recognize some of these boss fights. Some of them I don't.
What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world. See you in hell.
I'm Brian Huey. What the?
So that was the Metal Gear. Oh, yeah, there's monkeys in it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Metal Gear monkey. Really? That's cool. And a cool crossover idea. I bet that was cool. This was Neo 3, by the way.
Spirit stones.
Which looked
Shining
looked
stones
interesting.
imbued with humankind's never-ending dreams.
I won't go rehash too much of that, but basically Neo 3. More Dark Souls like with that kind of Japanese lore.
What makes a shogun?
Shinto kind of S
Here's
vibes
my
in there
answer.
with Dark Soul like vibes. Which is cool. Neo is really cool. Yes, Neo does actually have a plot, proper plot. That is completely true. Like, it is actually kind of interesting as well. What else did we touch on that was kind of interesting? Oh, there was a VR Thief, but nah. There was a polished Raph clone wannabe that looked kind of interesting. Tides of Tomorrow, but nah. More Astrobot stuff. There was a pirate game that was kind of like, I didn't know too much about. There wasn't the point and click though. Let me see, boom. There we go. See remnants. Again, most of all this stuff was 2026. No, I haven't gotten my fill. I just been waiting for people to be available to play with me. With Night Rain is all. I don't want to play solo. Kind of in the same vein of Journey, another one of those games, artsy niche. We got Firebreak, the James Bond, we already saw, then everyone kind of popped in toward this. Yeah, wow, so that was the state of play, huh? There it was. I can 1v1 all the bosses? Yeah, I'm sure I can. I get right on it. I mean, people did that, like, in the very beginning, like, in the first 14 hours that were, like, pros, but I'm gonna say that this showcase was, like, I'm gonna say a 3 out of 10. There were literally 3 games that were like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But the problem is that anything, okay, so the reason I know it's a little low, but The reason it's just there's nothing bad, but there's nothing glorious. Most things we already either knew about, so there wasn't any big surprise. Right? We knew the Metal Gear was coming, so it was like, okay, confirmed. We knew the Tactics remake was coming. Okay, so that wasn't a surprise. We've known about Silent Hill. Not at the moment, no. And most things we wait for PC port anyway. Like, there wasn't a console seller, I'll say. Which is kind of what they need. They talked about PlayStation Plus stuff. There's some of these artsy niche games, but like most of anything that looks super, super interesting is 2026. Which, I mean, is fine, but a year, a lot of people are going to forget a lot of things. And was it toward the end of this year, we'll have more game showcases next to the Game Awards. And that will be when people are paying attention to games that they want to play in the coming year, more so than now. There's a handful of games, like I said, coming out in September, but they're all pretty much the remake games. I mean, we got the Candy Crush game. I mean, we could play that. I mean, that's the open. I think. And what else? We got this.
Fall by our hand.
I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's just a Metrovania.
This mission will test the limits of your courage. You will face horrors beyond your dog.
When this was coming out, when I was watching this live, I said, "Hey, look, the new Raid Shadow Legends is interesting." I mean,
beasts that defy reason.
But this is an actual gameplay footage. It said that at the very beginning of this, by the way. Not actual gameplay. That's actual gameplay. So, I mean, when they bleed with not actual gameplay, I mean, like, okay, sure. I think the problem with this state of play and why people are probably a little frustrated is because a lot of stuff got leaked. Oh, there was the climbing game, yeah. But yeah, there's a couple niche artsy games. They focus on VR. And the James Bond one is going to have to be as good as the recent Indiana Jones game, but that's going to be a big pair of shoes to fill. Yeah, I think the leaks is what killed this a lot for a lot of people, because like once you know it's there, you're like, confirmed. And then you're like, okay, but what's the stuff we don't know about? And then that's kind of where you go. Everyone wants Bloodborne PC port or Bloodborne 2. You're gonna have a shit ton of hate just for that not being here. There was nothing about any hardware stuff. They're just PS5 Pro from the last time. So there's only the controller. There's the Marvel. Again, we've gotten so many variations of that kind of stuff at this point that people are getting heroed out a little bit. Or maybe I'm crazy about that, maybe. But yeah, the thing is I can't give like high praise to them just releasing remasters, right? Because the game was already great. Everyone loves it, like especially like Metal Gear, and you're making a polish, which is great, but that's supposed to be like, you know, just good. It's not supposed to be the end all be all. We still want new stuff. Like where's your console sellers? Where's your Infamouses? Where's your God of Wars? Where's your Killzone? You know, these games when they came out, yeah, Metal Gear, yeah, that would be good. But like when those games came out, those were console sellers. Those were huge. And people went like Infamous. Yeah, locked on PS. Yeah. Well, it doesn't need to be. Like they could make money, but like those, I'm just saying those games, for instance, when those came out, they were the shit. They were all Infamous. Infamous was amazing. We had on PS2. into PS3, Infamous 1 and 2, and then even Second Sons was pretty good. Yeah, I wonder how much they cut out with Marathon. There was a moment where they showed something where it had like some Marathon art for like a split second, and then they went on to something else. Infamous first prototype. Yeah, exactly. But like, I can think of these games that I remember that, I mean, if you got them, I mean, Halo did this for Xbox. It was a console seller. Mass Effect was a console seller. These were exclusives. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of something to help PlayStation. Like, this comes from a place of love, what I'm saying. PlayStation 5 is going to need to do better than it has, and it needs a console seller. It means a good game that just makes people like, yes, I need to get a PS5 because that's going to be the shit. You know, that's what you need from a console perspective. And if you're going to lean away from that, then ports. We're coming with PC ports. Get happy. You're going to get a bunch of old games. We're going to have fun. You know, if you're going to go that way, you got to lean into it. But, you know, like Scran said, like, Marathon is looking a little rough. Bungie's owned by Sony, but there was no... Well, I don't know. Is it? I mean, you could get a... Think about this. If you get... I want to like a good free screen. There we go. That's a good free screen. If you get like a low-end PC, same price of a console, and then get Game Pass, you're kind of set. Boom. You have everything you'd ever need, really. But yeah, they need a console seller for sure. I wonder if this remake... I wonder how long until the remake goes on to PC. Do we know if it's only on PlayStation, the remake? I would think so. Let me just confirm that real quick.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly, Cry. That's... yeah. That's exactly right. Alright, so this is out August, early September, right at that point. And it doesn't specify PC, so that means it's going to be in PlayStation only. Okay. But that's a remake. I mean, is someone going to drop $600 just to play the Metal Gear Solid 3 or Snake Eater? Metal Gear 3? I don't know about that. Maybe. But you know, they really need to make Days Gone 2, first of all. I know they're not, because the studio closed and all that other jazz and bullshit, but like, I really enjoyed that game, and I would love to have that come back. Especially after the cliffhanger it left it on. And I would love to see some more, like, there's so many really cool IPs, like the ones I mentioned, like, you know, Killzone was a really cool IP. Infamous was another one. Like, where are some of these games? Like, there's so much they could bring to sell the consoles. Even a God of War, like, spin-off thing you could do and would do something. If I really wanted to. But they're porting all of them. You know, Horizon Zero Dawn's on PC. God of War's on PC now. Infamous with emulators on PC now. Bloodborne now is on PC. So, damn. I heard that too, Clay. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, okay. So this game, interesting. Just because it's wacky, and I'd like the over the top. This would be like a, what was it? Shadow Warrior. It's a chainsaw or lollipop chainsaw, like you said, like those kind of wacky games I'm all for. So that looks interesting. Out of all the games, this is the one that's most interesting to me because it was interesting to me 2 years ago. I should play No More Heroes for prep? Sure. I sure would. I don't even know what that is, but that Keck W tells me everything I need to know. She's staring into my soul. But this game is just interesting. This game is got like, the reason that I would be interested in playing this game is because I don't know what its motive is, like the plot. Like you could extrapolate, all right, so she's some kind of android. He's there to protect her. He's got to maybe deliver her somewhere. And machines or something are attacking her for some reason. And like the need to know, well, why and what's going on is kind of a little bit of a pull. Gotcha, crying. So okay, let's think about this for a moment. So if I'm the Sony CEO, and you turn the ship around, and there's 3 big releases, to make for a PS5. 3 big releases. Sequel to Killzone would be number 1. Number 2 would be a massive library unlock, the likes of which no one's ever seen, related to the PlayStation Plus, similar to what they have, but even more, where all backlog, like all games, there's a way that they all become backwards compatible from PS2, or hell, from PS1 all the way up. You get something that sells the entire library, makes everyone go just completely apeshit crazy. Oh my god. You have a window or a portal where you get access to, like, basically what I would do is find a way, if it was possible, to like spin up emulations of all the consoles, and then you could play all the games in some of these libraries, all the old games, in like a portal, but you can only do it on the PS5, and just it will sell it like crazy. Just boom. Third thing, sell on the PlayStation, probably a really different way, but Destiny 3 probably would be the work. It would completely rework that entire, like, gut that and cleanse it and make some great things in there. Exactly, crying. Yeah, just basically, like, I know it's a little bit cop out, but like it would be like a portal type system, I guess you could say. And but it would become a console seller, because it would give you like this, like Reaper said, there's already 1,000 games in that library, but like you're competing with Xbox Game Pass, which is becoming the Netflix of Game Pass. And you've already got people who got massive Steam libraries, and you've got all these big groups where there's big access. All your core fans have access to large libraries of games. The one way to up that is to give them like the master key, you know, state of play, unlock your imagination at every age, and just boom. I mean, there's a slogan right there, right? You know, I mean, there you go. You could put that on there, and there you go. It would be great. And then you could even do like they've already did it a little bit with like little anniversary edition releases, like little mini consoles. There's so many like ways you could spin things to start making money with it, like just with their current IPs if you wanted. That would be my 3 like choices is yeah, some kind of Killzone, the Portal, and then something to clean up the Destiny stuff and make that work, since they bought it for billions. And they're having a little bit of a rough time with Destiny at the moment. I mean, again, if again, in this situation, right, I become the CEO, so it's a clean slate. I'd come up free. Like, all the past stuff, look, bunch of corporate shills, bunch of crap. we're gonna change things up, but I gotta make some money and some impressions and kind of get some things going. So one more time, we're gonna line things up. Give me a chance. $80 disk drive. Let's go. Boom. Backwards compatibility would sell like hotcakes. Exactly. Like there you go. Like we're under new management. We're gonna unlock the player in you at any age. Come join us. Be the player. Be the game. Be unstoppable. Boom. I mean, whew. Sell like hotcakes. Then you could justify $80 like crazy. Be like, tired of paying for $80 a game? How about $80 to use all your current games? Boom. Just punch the competition right in the nuts. There you go. $100 million profit. Done. Just like that. Just like that. I mean, I don't know how it doesn't. I just don't. Just don't know how it doesn't make that much money. Anyway. State of play, everybody. State of play was an hour. Oh, there was this origami game, but like I didn't even remember this.
Unique action adventure title.
This is like the difficulty of marketing, though. Like I don't like people underestimate like this is like studio that's Bandai Namco studio in Singapore, but like you need to. It's hard to be memorable because there's so much noise right now. Like that is so difficult.
Bandai Namco Studios Singapore.
But like this is like a little indie artsy game.
To save your origami home, you'll transform into paper shapes with
exactly, Crime. Exactly. See that's the thing. You need you lose money on the building of a console. That's the way it was in the past, right? But you would make the money on the exclusive games because they would be the console sellers. So that would be the whole. That was the whole. I think that was what they did with PS3. Right, was like when they initially were building the PS3s, they were never going to break even on the flat side on the PS3, like for just the hardware. But because they made so many games to try to make the console as a seller, to be a console seller, that's where they made their moolah, their money. Also, at the time, a lot of people forget what kind of drove the PS3 was the Blu-ray player. That was the big thing that drove the sales. It was the convenience of it already being a Blu-ray player. Because people were going, well, if I'm going to spend this much money at the time, people forget this, but at the time, people were like, well, if I'm going to spend a couple $100 on a Blu-ray player, I might as well spend a couple $100 more and get a PlayStation, and now if I ever want to play games, I can. That's really what made the PS3 kind of boom. Yeah. Exactly. There you go, Molten. Yeah, and Claybird's correct. Yeah, like that's what really was driving the sales of the PS3 most of anything. You know, and because the Xbox didn't have anything for that, you could put more data in the Blu-ray player. It was crisper and you know, all kinds of stuff like that. People forget about like their mindset in that moment. Like what was the climate? Yeah, they did though. See, and that's if I was CEO, that shit would go right away out. Nope, we're gonna get rid of that shit. Yeah, we're gonna make it some streamer friendly shit. Xbox had HD DVD. Yes, they did. This is a different time.
Including a paper airplane, a nimble frog, a hardy armadillo, and a powerful ape.
And so like there's nothing wrong with this game. Like nothing looks bad. Like I'm not gonna like shit on this game. There's nothing to really shit on, so to speak, right? But like it's interesting, it's artsy, it's a little niche. Yes, that's the one thing. Yeah, Xbox 360 had a better social environment, yeah, for that. They also had or I'm sorry. Yeah, Xbox 3, yeah, Xbox, they also had the arcade, which was pretty cool. Xbox like had one out of certain things, but that's the duality of things like that. Like PlayStation had their perks, they had the shortcomings in other ways, and the same with Xbox. That's just the way it was. But like this artsy game is like, okay, that's cool. It's coming out in September to PS5, and it's like, okay. Is it gonna sell the console? No. No, not at all. Yeah, yeah, Xbox did have that, yeah. But I think like that was it. The PlayStation got delayed, but what was it? They rushed it though, and that's caused a lot of issues though for Xbox, right? Because they had the Red Ring of Death and all that kind of stuff, which was in the beginning was a little bit more notorious, and then they did some fixing, and then it became a little less than it was. But like that first batch was a little rough. But yeah.
Master the art of folding when Hirogami arrives on PS.
Yeah, just break it out. Oh, Claybird, what a throwback. That's true though. I remember reading that. Oh my god. Yeah, there was some crazy shit back in that day. There was some crazy shit for sure. Anyway, well, that's State of Play. That'll be it for today. I was hoping for at least 2 hours, but oh well. That's good, Reaper. And good, Clay. Good. Count your blessings. Knock on wood on that for sure. A later model. Yeah. Yeah, that first batch was the roughest for sure. Because they rushed them up. Because they wanted to, like Clay said, they wanted to get those free early adapters, and they made money in the long run. Yeah. Absolutely, Molten. Good vibes, all. Very much so. Again, we've got more showcases coming up on the 6th, which would be a whole plethora of stuff we're going to be watching for context. And then we got something, I think, Sunday, which is the Xbox stuff. And we'll be watching all that stuff as well. So, see you there, hopefully. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. State of Play was State of Concord. Don't forget, if you want to not be a State of Concord, stay on top of. Bye-bye.